It's C-Doc again.
Hey, what's up, party people in the place to be? It is Tuesday night. Yes, indeed. And it is time for another episode of It's C-Doc again. Wouldn't you know? Got to keep things rolling, as we do. So hopefully everybody's doing well out there. We have a dope show as usual. Looking forward to talking to tonight's guest. Been listening to his music all week. Yeah, so dope stuff. All right, but we'll get to that in a minute. I don't do this alone, you know, so please welcome to the show my co-host. First up, she got her start in classic rap radio. Our lady from the heyday of K-Day, repping unknownplanet.org tonight, I see. Got the t-shirt on that she hasn't shared with anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, JenniferOJenny.
I'm supposed to share?
I didn't even know that was a thing. I'd rock an Unknown Planet shirt. Jeez.
Unknown Planet.
You know?
You know it, you know it.
Word up. What's up, JB?
Hanging in.
Yeah.
Doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I see Stewie P is in the place to be.
Stewie P is in the place to be. I know. I know.
I'm pretty sure he's like my dog. Anytime the camera comes around, just like look away.
Oh no, listen. Ever since he showed up, he has like a daily. Can somebody see Stewie?
Oh.
Sure. FaceTime. He's a FaceTime whore now.
Gotcha.
You know.
All right. Well, he'll be. You know, we're not gonna live forever. One day he might take over the show. So. But
there you go. It's Stewie P again.
Yep. You never know.
Yeah.
Also joining us tonight, he is one of the founders of a fantastic podcast in its own right, People's Distinctive Travels. He is the Culture Clip King. He is the man that you better be following on Instagram or else you're a sucker. Ladies and gentlemen, UltraMag7.
Yo.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc? What's up, Jennifer? Isn't that what we used to do?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, yeah, come on, Jay.
Wow.
That's what we used to do.
That was okay, but that was mad slow motion.
Well, that's you know.
This is the reggae version. This is the reggae.
Was Marvin Gaye right there.
It is his birthday, so you know.
Woo.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, you know whose birthday it was yesterday? TA from Son of Berserk.
Yep.
Or Son of Berserk.
Or Son of Berserk. Yep.
Yeah.
Happy B-Day, TA, the DJ.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doc.
No.
You know I got some hip hop mail.
Uh-oh. Please share.
Jennifer says I'm the mailman now. I gotta give a shout out to my dude Mike the Hat. He sent me this CD, Weaponized Records. But
Word.
Mike the Hat hooked me up. The Mixtape Massacre. And as you see, the artwork is done by Dan Lish. Everybody knows Dan Lish. He's been doing all the ill hip hop covers. Actually, there was a inside here is like signed artwork, like limited edition artwork, but dope. I took it out. But this is dope. If you're into that 90s hip hop, which of course we are.
We are.
And it was dope because when I put it in, it started out with New Jersey artists. Like it started out straight north. So I'm like, yo, this is dope. So I heard, the Outsiders, and then it went to High and Mighty. And my Philadelphia affiliation. So I felt right at home. But definitely check this out. The Mixtape Massacre, mixed by Mike the Hat. So Weaponized Records, that's, they family. And dope. Mike the Hat. Good look. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Check that out. I know Flatline has it.
Well, let's ask him. He's the president of Rap Station, the man behind Hip Hop Gods for the past 20 years or whatever it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Flatline.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mike the Hat. Shout out to the guy at Weaponize. You get the print.
See, there goes the print.
Rep and weaponize real hard. Weaponize on the back.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't get the memo. Okay.
And yeah, shout out to Dan Lish, Ego Strip book. Incredible.
And
Hey,
you
shout
were
out to
just
Dan.
complaining about not having an Unknown Planet t-shirt.
I didn't get it. You got the Unknown Planet. You guys got the weaponized.
Yeah.
I'm rocking Adidas. I don't know. It's all good. No, it's all good. Also, I was going to say shout out to Dan Lish because he did the cover art for MRock and Nordic One's Tower of Babylon record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Super dope.
While we're shout outing,
Yeah.
Sure.
Soulbuck, DJ Soulbuck,
Yes.
1 year anniversary, the mixtape.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what we said too. We were like, "What? It's been a year already?"
Oh,
that's exactly what we said. What?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
and also shout out to Soulbuck's son. I call him Young Z, but his son Xavion, it's his birthday today. So
It's his birthday. Yeah.
Word up.
yeah, shout out to Xavion.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Young Z. And yeah, shout out to DJ Soulbuck for holding it down for a year already, which is crazy. Every
Absolutely.
Sunday night here
A
on
year.
Channel Zero with
Holy
the mixtape.
crud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bugged out. Well, let's get into it. Our guest is here. I'm super curious because I know nothing about this guy except that he's dope, and I want to know the story. So, MC, he's got music out now, plenty of music out there, few albums. We're gonna get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the show, Jarv.
Yo, you hear me, right?
Yes. Can you hear us?
You know what? You know. Can you hear me?
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Doing well, sir.
Good.
How are you?
Good, man. You see my slick bunk bed in the background?
I was. My first question was, are you still in your mom's basement?
Bro, I moved out.
Oh,
Although
okay.
I was there yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Yeah, I just drove from Vermont to New York today. I just barely walked in the door. I might be a little frazzled, guys. Bear with me.
It's all good.
But still,
But,
in all, he's living the dream.
That's right.
With the
I'm
bunk
trying.
bed behind him.
That's right. I'm 30 and I sleep on a bunk bed. It's a twin mattress.
Hey,
But, hey, we do what we
Slept
got
on
to
works.
do.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
What?
What's up,
Flatline,
guys?
Flatline and I were talking about your music earlier, and he guessed you were 30. So spot on, man.
Look at me.
Man, get him a job at the carnival.
Yeah. Spot on.
I don't know. Just listening to your stuff, I was like, he's got to be right around 30. And yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I was born in 93.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I graduated
Wow.
high school in 93.
Damn, really? Well, that's a good year, dude. I'm always like envious of the people who were like coming of age in the 90s, you know?
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
who graduated high school in 93?
I did.
Flatline. Yeah. I graduated in 92.
I'm not telling.
Whatever. I graduated in 84.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Wow.
George
Um,
Orwell.
It's all right.
Yeah, George Orwell. Right. Very much so. So I just started following your Instagram today, and I realized you were on tour.
Yep. I was on a little East Coast thing with this band Bikini Trill.
Yeah.
And it's
You
weird
guys-
because they're
you guys
not
were-
hip hop, but
No, I'm sorry. You guys were in Pittsburgh. I didn't even.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn it.
And that was like the least attended show. So where the hell were you, dude? We needed you.
Yeah,
We needed you.
Yeah.
But it was
that
cool.
figures.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you guys play here in Pittsburgh? Do you remember?
It was the Club Cafe or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played there once like a year ago with this band Little Stranger, and it was sold out, and it was like my favorite show of that tour. So going into this one, I was like, oh, it's it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be crazy. There's like 7 people sitting at the bar. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, will you please come to the stage, please?
Right. Yeah.
But you know,
but
it's
the rest of the tour was cool.
yeah, it was cool. It was, I'd say like New York was my favorite show, but I live in New York, so I rallied the troops. You know what I mean? But it was good. It was really cool. And I rolled with the band. They were riding in like an RV, so
nice.
You know, that was cool. I never toured like that. You know what I mean? We're like every night we'd stop at a Planet Fitness and shower there and do whatever. But I felt like a trucker or something.
Yeah, smart. Yeah,
yeah. But it was cool. But the RV was like nice. It was pretty cool.
Wow,
it was slick.
So where are you from originally?
I'm from Vermont, like southern Vermont,
kind
of like in the woods. But
okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you move to New York?
It was about 3 years ago. It was May 1st, like 2021, something. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm like 24 minus 3. Yeah, 2021. Right. but yeah, no, it's been awesome, man. Like I grew up in the woods, like I said, and you know, I've always been a hip hop head my entire life. So, and primarily New York shit. So I was like, it was about time I got out of my mom's basement. So I was like, I'm not going to move down the street, you know, I'm going to move somewhere cool. So, you know, I feel like people oftentimes are like, oh, you moved to New York to make it? Or are you making some connections or something? I'm like, no, I just came to be in a city. I've never like lived in a city. So,
wow.
Right.
So I just kind of threw myself into the fire a little bit, but I love it here. It's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't have much trouble adapting. I don't know. I barely leave my room wherever I am. So
right. And you're because you just want to make beats and write rhymes all day.
Exactly. Yep. Just like the song says.
Yeah. I heard the song. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about how you got into hip hop. What was the defining moment, or what led you to it, or what was it?
Yeah, I'm the baby of my family. I got 2 older sisters. One's 7 years older, one's 9 years older. So like I feel like my mom, by the time I came around, she like didn't give a shit about sheltering me at all, or you know what I mean? Whatever I wanted to listen to, it was like whatever my sisters were into, I was into kind of by proxy. But
you talked about one of those songs.
Yeah, and the song "The Amalgam" I talked about
had a mixtape with like 2 Live Crew and DMX, and
yeah, it's like a weird mix of stuff, but it was a little bit of everything.
Yeah. That your sister was kind of like all over the place in terms of like artists that she was into.
Right, I think it was like kind of whatever dude she was hanging out with at the time, whatever their taste was. But yeah, no, it was cool. Like they. Full Napster mixtapes, you know.
Sure.
But and some of it was from me though, because I'd be like a lot of it was from the Tony Hawk games. Like in particular, like you know, Bring the Noise was on Tony Hawk 2, I think. That was the first Public Enemy I ever heard. Dell was on number 3 with If You Must. Yep. I remember both of those. I was like, I put them a list of like 5 or 6 of my songs that I needed. You know, we had the dial-up internet, so it took like 6 days to download 3 songs.
Good old days.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, but yeah, I would just put my little CD in my little boombox in my room while I played video games, and I have like such a vivid memory being at my dad's house. My sisters were babysitting me, and I was playing Crash Bandicoot, and they were listening to DMX so loud, and I was like, man, this is so the way the beats were just like hypnotized me or something. I don't know. I don't even remember what song it was. I think it was like the Rough Riders anthem or something, and I was like, this is crazy. I was like 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
No, but what's interesting about it, about your music, is that for your age, it seems like you have a more developed taste than, you know, the average, I guess, you know, people in your generation, because I was listening to the Amalgam. That's the
Amalgam.
the latest album tonight. So it was my second time through, which I listened to it earlier in the week, and I liked it. And then I listened to it tonight while I was cooking, and I really liked it. Like it kind of clicked. Yeah, and it was just that second time through. I was like, wow, this is really good. But you don't sound you sound like you listen to Prince Paul all day. That record.
Oh, bro, that's like that's at least top 3 for sure. I guess my list fluctuates,
cool.
But
yeah. Okay.
Funny story with Prince Paul. Like I was a hip hop head my whole life, especially when I was a little kid. And then but once my sisters were in college and doing their own thing, I was kind of just like listening to what was current, like listening to MTV and stuff or whatever. And I remember like it was probably like 2006, and I was kind of just like, there was a day I was watching like Sucker Free Sunday or whatever, and I was like, I don't like this anymore. But then I went for like 1 year where I was like, I don't like rap music or whatever, and I was just I started skateboarding at the same time, and I was like only listening to punk rock for like 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was riding in a car with my sister, and she was playing 3 Feet High and Rising, and Potholes was on. And there's the part in the beat where he sampled like yodeling. And I was like, this is so crazy. I was like, I never heard anything like this. And clearly there's like a whole world of hip hop that I didn't even know about, And like I said, I mean, I love Wu-Tang and stuff like that. And I never stopped liking the shit that I already liked. But I went for a while where I just kind of like stepped back. But then hearing that shit like pulled me right back in.
That's dope.
Yeah. It's just in particular that part with the yodeling. It like blew my mind. So I was like, it's like goofy and fun, and like funny and shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of my stuff is kind of in that vein, like more jovial, or I don't know, but
yeah, man, it really is, because I mean, we were just talking about this 2 weeks ago, I think, after the show. I was like, man, I would love to do a record that feels like that again, where it's just a good time.
Right.
Right. And then Ultramag's like, hey, Jarv's gonna be on. I'm like, I better do my homework. And then I'm like, oh shit, this is it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, it's the Renaissance. It's the Renaissance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like going into the record store and grabbing shit that you grab, like a polka record or something. It's like, this probably isn't going to work, but it might. Who knows?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when did you start writing rhymes?
Well, I wrote my first rap ever. I was in 5th grade, but I didn't like record it or anything. But I still have the notebook that it's in. My song on the Amalgam, there's a song called Can't Say, and the second verse is like all about the first time I ever wrote and how I still have the journal and shit.
Right.
But so that was 5th grade. I wrote like a couple things, but never did anything. But then the first song I ever wrote and recorded was like a joke thing with one of my friends it was like 2009, maybe 2008. And it was called P and the V. And it was just about fucking, but we were both virgins at the time. So, you know what I mean? It was kind of funny, but it was hella crazy. It was like crass, like the wildest shit ever. And I feel like half my family was like, what's wrong with this kid? My mom was like, I love it. It's hilarious. But my aunt's like, he's got problems. But yeah, so I just kind of, from there, I started kind of making joke stuff. Or actually, another funny thing about that first song, my buddy who I wrote it with, his family was like super Christian. They like owned a church. Like their church was a little culty too. I'd have to go there if I stayed the night at his house on a Saturday.
Right.
And his mom caught wind of the song, and he was set to go. My family had a trip planned to go to Universal Studios in Orlando. And he was going to come with us. He had a ticket and everything. And his family heard the song and was like, Steven won't be going to Orlando. He was like my best bro. And we didn't get to hang out for like 6 months after that. Wow. I think they thought I was like the Antichrist or something, dude. I was like, I just thought it was funny. I don't know. I'm 13.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so from that, I started making some just like joke stuff. And then I think it was like 11th grade, maybe 2000. Yeah, it was like 2010 or 11. I remember I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna like rap. I was like, I'm just gonna like make this. I was like making beats and stuff.
Okay.
For years before I was even rapping, but I started with like GarageBand, and then I got the first Machine generation or whatever.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, I'm just gonna like actually try to rap. And then I sent it to some kids in my high school, and they were like, this shit is crazy, and they all kind of liked it. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should kind of pursue this more.
Wow, man.
And I played like punk guitar and shit since I was in middle school, and I don't know. Wow. I've always been into music, but never like fully. That was the first time I fully like, I'm gonna actually do something.
Wow. Yeah, because your rhyme style is very like, and you know, you go into that shit, man, and start.
Yeah.
It's like wow.
Spazzing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very advanced.
Yeah.
Very advanced.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
But I also want to say though, you also have a good balance of, you know when to use that and when not to, because some of those guys just go at it full throttle.
Right.
It's like
people. Right. People will like compliment me, like, "Oh, you're so fast." And I'm just like, "Thanks." Like, it's like, and it sucks because my main like critique that I'll get on like a YouTube video or something is like, oh, he's not even rapping about anything. You know, if it's like a song where I'm just like flexing, you know, whatever. And then I'm like, dude, just please listen to an album. Like, I can't choose what fans gravitate towards. You know what I mean? If you go to Spotify and you click like my first 5 songs, probably most of them are just like verbal gymnastic shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I have stories and whatever. I have more meaningful songs, but, you know, you can't choose what they like. If it helps me maintain my twin bed, I ain't mad at it, you know.
That's how I got into Jarv. I actually saw Jarv open up for Dylan in Philly.
That's why I wore the hat, because of that connection. I had to wear the full plate hat.
How did I know that was coming up?
Oh,
I knew that had to be a connection.
Yeah.
So when I saw him rhyming, and it was a real intimate space. It was like a room, and Jarv just had the mic, and he's just going off. I'm like, yo, who is this dude? Like, just the way he rhymes, it's like relentless. I'm like, what? So I think I took a video, and then I tagged him and put him up, and he was like, you have to show, and I'm like, yeah.
Right, because I followed Ultra Mag for so long, and I'm like, wait, dude. I was like, I didn't even get to meet you. What the fuck?
Yeah, but then we've been in contact since then. That's my dude. Jarv is dope. Jarv is dope.
Wow. Thank you, bro. Means a lot, man. And that show was so fun too. That was like the best show of that tour for sure. Like it was like fun. Intimate, and I don't know. It was nice. Reef was there. That was sick.
Yeah,
in the state, Lobsterdamus. There you go.
Yeah, Bobby Dom P. Dylan's the man. I saw him on this show. I watched the episode. That was great.
Yeah,
love that dude.
Yeah,
good dude.
Good dude for sure.
Yeah, me and him have like whenever we're hanging out, we just like shit on each other relentlessly. But it's like the funniest. It's like a dude, I won't see him for like 2 years, and I'll see him. I'm like, "What's up, you bitch?" Or you know what I mean? It's just immediately like, just like old friends in middle school or something. But yeah, he's the best.
Now I haven't checked out the 2 Jarvage albums yet. So I gotta get there. But
I mean they're crazy. Jarvis Volume 1 is probably like my most popular thing, but
okay.
I don't know. It's just frustrating because I just like threw that shit together. I was going on tour with R.A. the Rugged Man. It was like my first tour ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 2016 or 2017.
Oh,
and he found me just from like a couple. I did his contest, the definition of a rap flow contest.
Yeah.
And like I placed in like the top 5 or something with my entry, and I didn't get anything, but he like hit me up from that at least and was like, hey, I saw it. That was dope. Keep going. And then I made a song a couple months after called Escargot, and I sent it to him, and I was like, hey, I don't expect you to even respond to this, but I was in your contest. You said it was cool, so I figured I'd send this your way. And then he like reposted it on his Facebook page, and that blew my mind. And then he hit me up and was like, hey, you want to come to New York and kick a rhyme in my apartment? for my YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, no, that was my first time ever coming to New York. But I didn't have any, I only had a couple like YouTube videos and like little random shit out on the internet. But then he's like, from that video, he's like, you want to go on tour with me? I was like, yeah, dude, let's go. And so Jarvis Volume 1, I just like had some songs in the vault and I was like, I need a mix CD to sell on the tour.
Yeah.
I was like, I want some merch. So I just like threw that shit together and then it kind of just like popped off. I don't know, like a handful of the songs have like fucking 4 million plays on Spotify and shit.
Wow.
The definition of a rap flow video, that's my one video on YouTube that has over 1 million views. And I'm like, my hair is all, I don't know, I look like Ellen DeGeneres or something. My voice, I'm like my voice is crazy. I'm like, whatever, dude. If they like it, all right.
Right. Just gotta roll with it.
Yeah. But I love that beat. The beat's great, but my rap, I'm critical of my 20-year-old self. But
so that explains that. So for Volume 2, was it a similar situation? Was it a little more planned out?
Volume 2 is definitely more planned out. That came out like October of 2017, I believe. And I don't know, that album's kind of like my drunken buffoon album, just like saying a bunch of foul shit, just trying to be funny. And I don't know. But there's some songs that I really like on there. The Concoction, the second half of The Concoction, to be specific. But the first half's crazy. But yeah, no, there's some good stuff on there. And that was my first. Like I made all the beats on Jarv mostly, the Volume 1, and then Volume 2. It's the first one where I kind of tried to flex my like beat maker chops a little bit more. And looking back, a lot of it's like whack to me now, kind of, but you know, like interludes that just go too long or whatever. But
yeah, sure.
But it was still kind of a important project for me, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it's all evolution, man. You know,
right? Totally. And I'm gonna do Volume 3 within a couple years, but then that's it for the Jarvages.
Okay.
That's it. That's
nice trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the number 3. I don't want to beat a dead horse, you know.
Right.
It's tough though because I have so many songs in the vault. I have like 1 million songs. I'm like, do I make Volume 3? Do I whittle it down to be like 40 minutes of like the choice cuts, or do I make it like 30 songs and make it like an hour long? You know what I mean?
Right.
Do I do the double LP or the single? I don't know.
Right.
But what's your process like then that you got all these vault songs? Is it just spontaneous? How does that work?
I just kind of, I don't know, like I'll plan way in advance. Like I'll have like out projects that I'm like, I'll just make a song randomly, but I'm like, this will sound good for this. This will sound good for this. You know, like if I got like, I don't know what my next shit will be, but my next like album that I'm excited about, I'll just say it. It's going to be called Jargon, like Jargon.
Okay.
And that's like what I'm hyped on right now. But it still might not come out for 4 years, you know, I don't know. But someday. But that shit, it's all just like straight hip hop, dusty, like it's like where I'm at right now. And I don't know, like, so I'll make a song like that I feel like is that vibe, and I'm like, that's for this. And then I'll make like a drum and bass song or something. I'm like, that's for something. I don't know what that's gonna be for, but maybe nothing. I don't know. But
right.
And like I said, I play guitar and stuff too. So I like write a little song on guitar. I'll make like a fucking country song. I don't know. Like maybe this will be on some. I don't know, dude. I just get weird with it and make shit, and then it stresses me out because I have 5,000 songs. I'm like, oh God, what do I do?
I mean, you've got some serious creativity, because I was going through all like the liners and everything. It's all, music by Jarv, lyrics by Jarv, artwork mixed by Jarv. It's like,
yeah, to my dismay, dude. That's why it takes me 4 years to make an album.
Well, I mean, it's impressive because you could bring in outside parties to take on some stuff, and you have. I noticed that you had I'm gonna space on his name now. SK. Mixed yeah. And
bro, that's my homie. He's from Burlington, Vermont.
Okay.
He made all the beats for like a General Steel album.
Building Bridges.
He's made Building Bridges. Yep. He's made like just all sorts of shit. He's produced for everybody, and I mean, I think he's the best in Vermont for sure. Probably at least top 5 that I know of in New England. I don't know, but he's crazy. But
yeah, super talented.
Dude, we got a project in the works, but it got kind of fucked up because of COVID, and then he had a baby, and now he got another baby, so he's always busy now. But we got like 12 tracks so far of straight to tape, like 4-track shit.
Wow.
Where he's doing the beats live, and I'm just rapping live. And it's like the craziest shit. It's like, and I got my echo pedal and shit. And dude, it's like the dustiest, craziest shit. And I'm like, we did 2 sessions and we did 6 songs each session, just like 2 days, just like going nuts. But the songs are short. Like it'll just be like a verse. Some of them are just 1 verse, you know what I mean? But I'm like, dude, we got to do another, you know, but I'm going to have to like plan months in advance with him, you know, for his kids and everything. But
Jarv, we need to hear that. We need to hear that.
Yeah,
I'll send it. I'll send it over to you guys. You can get the advanced copy.
Wow. Yeah,
it sounds like shit, but it's awesome. Like I wanted it to sound crazy, you know what I mean?
No, that's dope.
Like a demo. Like I wanted it to sound all fucked up.
That's ill.
Yeah. Like having the vocals be like peaking on purpose and shit, you know?
Yeah. Everything's so polished and pretty now, and that's
it's
like
that's too like beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
I like a little like accidents and stuff, you know. But it's hard for me to do it on my own sometimes. You know, like I'll make shit and then I'm like, are they gonna understand? I don't know. It's all in my head. But like if I'm with somebody else, I can like blame it on him if they don't like it.
Right.
You know, it was his idea.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. That's like some of the shit I'm the most proud of and excited about. But people just gotta be having kids, dude. What the hell? No, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him.
Happens to the best of us, I guess.
That's right, dude. I'll be there. I'll be there someday when I'm 40.
Right. When you get another
more years. Yeah. That's right. I need to upgrade from the twin bed before I start having twins.
Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of collabs, let's talk about Flow Stimulus.
Yep.
Yeah.
With it, because that's
my shit, dude. That's my most slept on album too, and that's like my favorite.
It's so dope.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Pajama Sam is like it's a honor and a privilege to have worked with that dude.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
How did that collab come about?
We were just friends on Facebook for years. And like, you know, we'd comment on each other's stuff or whatever. And then eventually he made the song Defective. It was like a remix of some song. And I don't even remember what it was, but, and there was like a cartoon he had with it and stuff, just like a random video that he put on Facebook. And I commented, I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. I'm like, can you please send me this beat? I was like, I need to rap on this. So he sent it to me, and you know, I did my song, sent it back, and he was like, yo, that's fucking sick. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, we should do a couple more. And initially we were like just gonna do 3. And that's the idea. And it's funny because the idea for the Flow Stimulus thing came like before COVID.
Oh, wow.
And then the stimulus shit happened like right in the midst of us making it. But it's so weird and serendipitous. But so I was like, we'll call it Flow Stimulus because I was making the amalgam at the time, but it had been a minute before I released something. So I was like, this would be like the stimulus package it would be like an EP, just like a little tide people over before my next shit comes out. And then COVID happened. We were like 3 songs in once COVID happened. I think we had Defective, the intro track, Flow Stimulus, and then Brief. We had those 3. And then the world went crazy. And I was like, dude, fuck it. I want to be in the studio making shit. Just send me a bunch of beats. And he sent me like 40 beats and we just went crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I'm like thankful COVID happened. No, but I'm just thankful that album came out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a fun time for me. I don't know. Vermont was kind of pretty. You know, I could at least walk around outside and go swimming and shit. Like it was, if I was living in New York at that time, it would have been terror. But But in my situation at that time, it was like just chill. I was like, whatever. I'm just in the studio doing my thing per usual.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting paid for it. And everybody else was getting the money in the mail. So then they were all buying merch like crazy. I sold so many t-shirts and shit. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was like a glorious time for me, but it seems evil to say, but
you know what? Yeah, COVID wasn't bad for everybody. I mean,
right.
If COVID didn't happen, I wouldn't be on the show. I would have never did those videos. It worked for me.
Yes. Dude.
Yeah.
Good thing. Good with the bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flow Stimulus, dude. People like, it's like, I think it's my least like streamed project, and it's just, I don't know, it's weird. I don't even understand it, because when I was like ready to release it, I'm like, this shit is gonna go crazy. I was like, they're gonna fucking eat this up, you know. But I think, I don't know, you can't choose your fan base. I don't know if a lot of my fans just want to hear me fucking rap fast or what. Well, I don't know what it is, but and that's the thing, on that album, there's no songs where I really like fully. There's songs where I like rap my ass off for sure, but there's none where I'm like, you know.
Right.
But I don't know.
It's crazy dope. So
I love it, man. And also like the shit that where I made the beats, I'm more critical of, you know, that stuff. It's like Pajama Sam, he's nuts with it. And I'm like, I can't make shit the way he does. Like, he's so unique and his style's so cool. So, you know, it's like something that I couldn't do without him. So I view it in like more of like a higher regard, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I mean, obviously I'm proud of something that fully comes out of me, but
sure.
But I don't know. There's something with that project that's like magical to me. It's like the one album of mine, I think, that I can put on and listen to and be like, yeah, this is dope.
Mm-hmm. Is it, so because you weren't doing everything, it happened quickly in comparison to the other ones?
Yeah, for sure. And also, it kind of had to happen quickly because on the first song, I say this is the 2020 Flow Stimulus package. So then I was like, it has to come out in 2020. I was like, but like it came out December 1st, 2020. It's like as under the gun as I could possibly be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like scrambling by the end of it. But it's good. Like, I need something like that, you know, to like push me. But
was it a mutual decision between the two of you to have the kind of like the little interludes and skits in between some of the
for sure. Like, I would send him
amazing flow to me.
Right. That's I would send. So the way I do it is I kind of was at the helm of like making the in between shit, you know what I mean? Like, and I did like a lot of the sample work for that stuff. Like at the beginning of the song Sunny, for example, there's like this big glorious intro. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
And like this, I did all the cuts and stuff, and all the echo eccentricities and shit. But so I would like put it all in one master Logic file with everything, all the tracks kind of, and all the interludes kind of in between the tracks. And I would bounce out like a full MP3 of the entire thing and send it to him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, do you think it's done? And he'd be like, we need more interludes. I'd be like, okay. And like, there would be times where I'm like, this motherfucker, dude, where else am I going to put one? But I'm like, but that like made me learn a lot, you know? And then I took a lot of that shit because I had the amalgam, like the songs for it were mostly done at the time of Flow Stimulus. But then I took the knowledge I learned from that and applied it to like the amalgam, a ton of the shit, the songs, like, there's like themes and stuff. Like one of my favorites is the song True Love with Mr. Liff. It goes into the song Focus about like just driving around. And I did a thing where it's like, sounded like you're a person like listening to headphones and they take them off and like get in their car.
Yeah.
And that was like the nerdiest, like it took me like a week to make that work. I was like, ugh. But
it was worth it.
Like to make it sound like you took headphones off. It's so hard. It was crazy, bro. Crazy filter sweep and EQ shit. It was weird, but I made it happen, dude.
Yeah.
But I learned all that from Flow Stimulus and from Pajama Sam being like, it needs to be more cohesive or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's an art. I mean, C-Doc does it when he produces stuff as well. But man, when you guys do what you do with the interludes and the flow, and it just isn't really done anymore. So it's like, to me, it's like high fucking art. So,
right. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm obsessed with albums. Yeah. I'm obsessed with albums, dude. Yeah. Front to back. Like, I want to listen to it and like be taken somewhere, you know? Nowadays, people just want the single. Put out the single.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it takes me a long time to put shit out, though, because it's like, I don't want to just put out, if I just made a banger song, I don't want to just put it out as a single, because then I'm like, where's it going to fit into an album? And if I wanted to bring it in with an interlude or something, then I won't be able to because it's already out and it's got the streams and shit.
Right.
It's like I have to like plan ahead and get all the pieces locked in place beforehand. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong way to go about it in this modern age. But
no. Please just keep doing what you're doing.
Jarv, the tides are turning, and you will be at the forefront. I'm telling you, the tides are turning. Don't stop what you're doing. Don't change.
Yeah,
I won't get my hopes up, but I can't change. So.
Yo, man, I always pull a lot from the past, you know, wherever I can, and get those ideas and records that are albums that are cohesive like that, stuff like that. The only thing I could suggest is if you have a banger or something like that, do a different mix, you know?
Right.
Like, okay, this is the single mix, but here's the album mix, and it's going to be a little something different.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's kind of like, I just did like, you know, I'll put an album out and then I'll do like the one take version.
Yeah.
Where it's like different from the studio where it's just me like with a mic or whatever. Like I did that with, sorry, I'm just sipping my beer and burping. That's rude. But I did the song All Day.
Yeah.
And the song Busted from the Amalgam. And I kind of flipped it a little bit, and the mix is at least the vocal mix is different because it's, you know, just with the handheld mic, and recorded it literally outside of my apartment on the sidewalk. But yeah, so that's like a cool way to do it. But, you know, that's obviously on the back end rather than the front end. But
right, sure.
But yeah, no, I think you're right, man. Like that's definitely a great idea.
Yeah. Get
the single out.
Yep.
And then, and that helps. So if the single's out like 6 months before the album comes out, people are like, is this song going to be on the thing? And what it is, that helps.
Yeah,
for sure.
It does. And it's all, and it reminds me of stuff because I think I got that not exclusively, but I got it from De La.
Yeah.
Because De La,
I was just gonna say,
De La would always have these. Just, the singles would have. Okay, it's the same song, but this is there's other shit going on that's not on the album.
Right.
Especially 3 Feet High and Rising. Well, that is a Prince Paul thing to do.
Well, and I was going to say, the one I was thinking of, Jen, was Balloon Mind State. Because, the End Focus single version is got all kinds of other shit going on that the album version does not have.
But like the first time you ever heard 3 Feet High, did you ever, whatever you heard as the first single, did you ever expect for there to be all of that other?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
all those
Prince Paul thing.
Yep.
Yeah, all those De La singles had, from 3 Feet High and Rising, you'd buy that. I think they were the first ones I saw like a maxi single, and there'd be like 3 different remixes of the song. Then when they had like What's More and all those other songs, De La really blew that. Prince Paul blew that up.
De La, go back even further to Stetsasonic. Did you ever hear Prince Paul's a Sucker?
Yeah.
You heard it if you heard the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah.
That's just you never heard that record unless you got the album.
Like Clifton Davis. Amen.
That's even throwback to Stetsasonic. So
Yep. So anyway, there's that. But Flow Stimulus is dope. And I gotta if there's any cassettes lying around, let me know.
Dude, I think I only have one and it's mine.
Okay. I gotta take your cassette. Some guy was selling one for $150. It's a little on my
Damn, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's
Jarv.
wild.
Go
Wow,
look at
damn, I'm honored.
Discogs.
There you go.
That's awesome, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I thought of doing like a repress of it and stuff, but I'm like, maybe I should keep it little insider thing, you know, special.
Yeah.
But I guess the original would be special. I don't know. But
yeah.
Speaking of singles, I always wondered this. I mean, this isn't De La, but Dell. Maybe you guys have some insight on this. Eye Examination, you know the Dell song, Eye Examination. Why wasn't that on the album? Is there any reason? Is it like a sample clearance thing or something?
Who wants to answer?
As far as I know, that was because the album was Ice Cube, like overseen by Ice Cube.
Yep.
And so when they were doing the singles, that was Dell's like little. They were like, you know, he's like, I want to introduce my squad. I want to introduce Hyro. And so I got this B-side. Can we put it on the single? And it's like, okay, yeah, that's what it was. But
God, it's crazy that
dude
song is so sick.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was that special for those that knew. You know, it was that special little thing. Like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Right. Yeah, that song definitely changed my life.
What? Oh my God! There's one part.
Yeah.
It's just the flow when he was like, I slant and lean it. I was like, yo, this dude, it's so subtle, but his rhyming on that song is just
crazy,
stupid.
There's all these times where I'm like, if I'm freestyling with friends, I'll like accidentally fall into that. Like I want to say that exact line, and I'm like, stop. I like make myself not just copy Dell lines from that song. And lean it.
Yeah. And then he used the pieces of like The Hobbit at the end. I'm like, this dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And also just like the way he drops the beat in the certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just the Hindi, like I don't know. That shit was incredible.
Yep. Crazy.
And that beat, the White Rabbit sample, right?
Yeah.
Playing it. Boom,
yep.
Boom, boom.
Jarv, you're not supposed to know that song, man.
No, it's crazy to me.
That's what I'm saying.
You were 5 months old.
Right.
Bro, LimeWire, dude. It's LimeWire. I remember I just typed like Del the Funky Homo Sapien when I finally got something better than dial-up internet.
Yeah.
I was in 8th grade and I was like, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. And I just like clicked download on all the ones I thought looked cool or whatever, any ones that would work.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. And I would just like had my little iPod Nano at school walking through the hallway, just boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I love it. But it's weird because being like my age, it's like I love so much old hip hop. I mean, primarily older stuff from when I was born, but like there's so much that I'm missing too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like guilty when I don't know certain things. But I'm like, give me some time, I'll get there.
Yo, bro, I grew up through that, and I'm still learning.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
He just said that, and I thought I'm talking about Stetsasonic, and he's probably like, "What?"
I do know Stetsasonic. A little bit. I mean, I know a little bit.
Huh?
Yeah, sure. I guess now I'll interrupt the show with the shameless promo that get ready for Friday. His new Stetsasonic album drops on Friday. So
yes,
damn, really?
Lord.
Yep.
Holy
Their
cow.
first album in 33 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. So stay on the lookout. Here we go again. I've been working on it all day. Okay.
Let's not even. We've been working on it for 4 years and counting.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
never ending.
Yeah. I did finally get the CD assets uploaded, so I think we're good. So.
Oh my God.
For the Stetsasonic?
Yes, Stetsasonic. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Move on.
Yeah. It's Been a couple nonstop days of Stetsasonic. So
God.
Yeah. But Ultramag, you will be happy to know that I placed the order for the cassettes. So there will be cassettes. Yep.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know when.
You have to bitch at him about placing an order for cassettes for tech specialists, but that's probably not going to happen.
I kind of want to do cassettes for that. I mean, we could do a limited run, you know?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Right.
Okay, anyway, we'll talk about this later. Sorry, Jarv. Anyway.
Oh, dude, talk business.
Okay. Okay, so, all right, going back to the merch thing, well, this actually is a good segue. How did you guys decide to do, because for Flow Stimulus, wait, let me look. I want to make sure. You did do cassettes and you did vinyl as well. How did that decision come about?
I don't know. I was just like, pretty much just always wanted to do vinyl. And I was like, this is my dopest shit I've made.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's time. I have to do everything. I have to do the cassette, the vinyl, I did CDs. I did a t-shirt, a hoodie, I like, that was my first real, like, and I designed all the merch and everything too. So it was my first like full blown, endeavor. It was terrifying because, before it comes out, I'm like fucking 11, 12 grand in the hole. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit, the people better like this. But luckily they all had that COVID money lying around and they ate it up, dude. Praise be.
Yeah.
But looking back, I kind of did fuck up though, because now since then, Pajama Sam, like, he crushes it making like bootleg t-shirts and stuff. And he'll design them and he makes like the craziest, like coolest shirts. I designed the shirt and the hoodie. And I'm like, I should have just had him do all that shit. I should have had him do the album art and everything, The
album art is dope.
I like the art. Yeah, it's cool. Bro, I nerded out so hard. I even made all the numbers on the check are a numerical code. It's like it's really crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a word scramble thing because I did like a 1 is an A, but once it gets up to 9, it resets. So a 1 could have a couple different letter meanings. Okay. But I don't know.
Bro,
I'm like, somebody's going to decode this, but nobody.
So dope, man.
One of my friends kind of did because I gave him like the cheat sheet of like what they were. So then he like wrote it, sent it back. But
great, man.
I was like, somebody has to know. Here's a cheat sheet. Figure it out.
Yeah.
But
oh my God.
Just full blown nerd. But
no, that is fucking awesome. I mean, seriously, I love shit like that. That's amazing.
Yeah. But and I was hyped on the back. The back cover I like even more than the front. With like the track list is like, it's like the back side of the check.
Yeah.
And you got to endorse the check.
Yeah.
But the track list is like just this signature written in like shitty cursive, but like down the whole check.
Yeah, it's great.
Thanks, dude. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Soul Buck in the house. Salute, sir.
Soul business.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. Wow, that makes that even better. That makes the cover even better. The fact that
I'll write out the code for you. You can try to figure it out.
Yeah, that's good.
If one of you guys figured it out, I'd be no pressure, dude. It might take you years. I'm advanced. No, I'm just kidding. It's like really dumb shit, probably, but I don't even really remember what I wrote.
You got to decipher it yourself.
Right, exactly. I got to go back. There's some journal and there's some notebook I have where it's all written out, but
that's great.
But yeah, but no, like I said though, still I wonder what would have happened if I was like, PJ, make the album cover. I'm sure it would have been crazy.
Yeah.
At least the t-shirt. I should have had him do the t-shirts. I should have him do like a reboot or
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do a bootleg of his own album.
Yeah. That'd be great.
But he really does make like crazy shit. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram or anything, but he makes like super, and he's hella into like the Cartoon Network stuff.
Oh, nice.
So he'll do like, he made one recently. I have it somewhere, but it's like for Dexter's Laboratory. They made like a hip hop tape years ago, and there's like a De La song on there. I think there's like a Coolio song. But he made a T-shirt for that project, and he made a bootleg tape of it too. But it's all like his unique artwork, and it's so sick.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
I don't know if he gives them any money from it, but
Probably not.
He worked hard on it. He deserves it.
Right.
That's why it's a bootleg.
I know he did a Doom one too. He did a Doom one, and then people were like spazzing on him on like some forums and shit. Like, but whatever.
Those damn Doom heads.
Yeah, bro.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So you said you almost had the amalgam finished, and then when you did Flow Stimulus, and then
it just I like shelved it for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right, because it didn't come out for 2 years.
Flow Stimulus was 2020, end of 2020, and then the amalgam was the end of 2022.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm like so thankful that it happened the way it did, though, because I was like very close. It was like just because of COVID, that's the reason that the amalgam didn't come out when it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 years later, when I like had to get back fully into it, it was like I was hearing all this shit different, Like I gotta fix this beat and change the bass line on this or whatever. Like it was all mostly like mixing shit and adding those interludes and adding different beat interlude. Like my song Blue, like the interlude at the end of that, just the instrumental thing, that's like one of my favorite parts of the whole album. Or the interlude after the song Victrola, or not Victrola, Preschool with Wax.
Oh yeah.
Like those are probably my two favorite beats on the whole thing. And also the song Can't Say came later too. I like replaced one with that, and that's one of my favorite songs too. But yeah, just like my beat maker chops were up over those couple years. I just had gotten better, more tasteful and shit, I guess. I was better. I like learned how to scratch in that time, so I was able to add a bunch of cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just COVID happening and then focusing on Flow Stimulus pushed the amalgam to the side, and then I had to like getting back into it to finish it was tough. Dude. That was like really hard because I was in a different mind state,
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you made songs years ago, you don't even know if they're good anymore. I'm like, am I better now? Are these trash? Like what,
Right.
But I think it's like, it's just like if you're a performer, it's like, you're not going to perform a song that's brand new. You're going to like hate the song by the time, in my opinion, by the time you should take it to the stage, you should be like, know it inside out and backwards and be like, whatever, it's old news to me, but that the people don't know.
Right.
So I don't know. But yeah. I don't know what was your question initially.
No, just the process of actually getting it, because since you said you retooled it extensively.
Right.
Yeah, I've been through that process before, so it can be interesting. Yeah, where
you have to take a break for so long, and it's just hard to reactivate that part of your brain. It's like if you were in this zone making it, and then it's like, oh, how do I even attempt to fuck with these songs? I don't know.
Right, but like you said, I've had that same experience. I think the projects that happened with me on are better now than they would have been.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So, I still think it's best if it all happens quickly.
Sure.
For whatever reason, like Flow Stimulus happened. We recorded all those songs and made it all within, in definitely under a year for sure. It was like probably a couple, like 8 months or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like when I make a beat and write a song, when I write something, I like to record it right then.
Okay.
Just because I feel like I feel like I'm better, like just doing it in the moment. I'm like, I know my intent, my cadence, my voice and everything is like how I want it to be, rather than like taking weeks off at a time or whatever. And then be like, oh, I have to record that verse that I wrote 2 months ago. I'm like, how the hell did I want this to sound? How did I even say this line? What was I thinking?
Yeah.
But
how did you link up with Mr. Liff for True Love? And then also, I just want to, and I'm generalizing here a little bit, but I applaud you for not having a ton of guests on your album. I feel like a lot of newer artists do that, and it almost seems like a crutch sometimes. I'm generalizing, but man, I just appreciate that when listening to your albums. It's like the main focus is you. But then when you bring in a Mr. Liff, it's like, oh, this is a moment, kind of, you know?
Right.
It sounds natural as well with him being on there with you. It's a good fit.
Right. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I first met Liff. My homie Mr. Burns, he like books a bunch of hip hop stuff around like New England. He's a Vermont dude. He put me on like my first shows ever. But we booked a couple runs, like just weekend things with like the Perceptionist, which is Liff and Acrobatic.
Yep.
And so we're just like rolling in the car together for 3 shows in a row or whatever. I think we did it like 2 or 3 times, but yeah, no, me and Liff just became cool. And then when it came time, I had that beat and I was like, man, I know he would kill this shit and break beat shit, especially like I'm like a super Edon head. I'm like obsessed with Edon. And the song Get Wise 91, I was I want to make one like that. Like I want to hear Liff just like go off on a break beat for like 24 bars or whatever.
Yeah.
No hook. I was like, I just want a scratch hook just like that song.
Yeah.
So I was kind of copying the layout of that track, just because I fucking at that time I was listening to it like 50 times a day. But yeah, no, Liff's mad cool, dude. He's the man, and he blessed me with the verse, dude. He's great.
Yeah,
Jarv, you're one of us.
Yeah, you really are. Yeah,
you're amongst friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But,
totally are.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, speaking of like being an Edon head, like every Tuesday he's DJing tonight. It's like 8 blocks from my apartment in Brooklyn at this spot called Union Pool.
Wow.
And I'll go there on Tuesday. And when I'm around, I'll be there. And it's just so weird. Like it's gotten to the point, like, I don't know if he knows who the fuck I am, but I walk in and he's like, I see, he gives me a look. I'm like, I get all nervous and shit. It's so weird, but it's just surreal, dude. Like that's the cool thing about being in New York. I'm just like, everything happens. The people are here. It's so strange.
Yeah.
You know, like I went to Sean P's like 50th birthday celebration like a year or 2 ago. And even that, I'm like, there's General Steele. Like there, you know, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you and Edon is a good fit, man. So if that ever happens,
bro,
you know,
I won't hold my breath, but that would be please, Lord.
You know.
But and that's dude, Edon like inspired me so much at a time. This was like years ago where I found his shit probably like 6 years ago, maybe a little more, 7, 8. But you know, I used to just go on when my live show, for instance, I would go up with I would bring like a DJ controller, but I wasn't doing shit with it. It was just so I didn't just have a laptop, but I was just playing the songs. I didn't have any like live element really or anything like that. And then seeing his live show, like with the, you know, he's like juggling with one hand and rapping and going crazy with the delay pedal and shit. I was like, I need to be doing more. I was like, I need to do more. So that I got my machine incorporated into my live set, like slowly but surely. I got a little delay pedal. I got the same one Dylan had when I first tour I did with Dylan. I was like, yo, what is that? I need that. Yeah. And of course, Dylan's like friends with Edon. He would tell me stories, and I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. He stayed at your house. That's crazy. Tell him I love him. But yeah, no, it's just that his shit just inspired me so much. And same with Dylan though. Just Dylan's like knowledge of records and all him being a nasty scratch DJ and just a DJ in general. you know, all that shit just inspires me to be better, you know, and to learn more about hip hop and the origins and the samples and all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
It's a beautiful thing,
Nerd
man.
shit. Nerd shit.
Yep. That's all right. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
You're with the nerds.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Jennifer.
I was about to say, you know, just wait till they start pulling out their GI Joes. Here we go.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna pull out the YoMTV Raps card because we haven't done that in a while.
Dude, I have those somewhere. My homie Mr. Burns, speaking of him, he always has. He got like, I don't know where he gets them, but he gets like the full boxes of them.
Yeah.
And when people buy his merch at shows, he like gives them a complimentary pack of YoMTV Raps cards.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You all been wanting
where
to-
do you get them?
Yeah, we're eBay.
eBay.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm trying to win that. I'm trying to win that trip to New York in 1992.
Yeah, to be an instant winner. I know.
Yeah.
No,
You open
actually,
a pack and you get 7 vanilla ices in there.
Yeah, I think I have one. Yeah, there he is. There he is, fist up and everything. So
Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
Word to your mother.
That's right.
Actually, I got a shout out. Oh, geez, can't remember his name on here. But one of our longtime guys on the show, Al. The hell's Al's name on the show?
Keyholic.
Yeah,
Alky.
Yeah.
Alcoholic.
He's not. Of course, he's not here tonight. But there he is. Knackwurst. Sorry, Knack. So yeah,
Wow,
that's where I got these. So because he has the box at his house. So when I was out in LA the one time and I swung by, he's like, "Oh yeah, I give everybody that stops by a pack of YoMTV Raps cards."
Oh hell yeah!
Wow.
Thank you. So there we go.
Can we take a quick diversion, because we only talked about this, to me, my knowledge, with only one other guest. I want to talk skateboarding real quick. We talked about it with Mocha only.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's interesting what you said earlier, Jarv. You were saying you said you got back into you were getting in some punk rock, like you went back to some punk rock. When I started skating, hip hop was all punk rock.
Mhm.
This is the 80s. And then it became hip hop. Like skating became hip hop. Like the time kind of you were talking about, 90s. And it was just always weird to me that this thing that was so punk rock became like hip hop. And then you were saying some of the song, you were hearing stuff from Tony Hawk and all that type of stuff. But when you got into skating, was it like hip hop? Like what kind of was the vibe of the music?
It was like, it was around like 2006 when I started, and I think my first skate video I got was Baker 3. I don't know if you ever seen Baker 3, but that video is like a perfect mix of like metal, punk, and like hip hop shit, and like classic rock too. But it's kind of everything. When I came in, it was just like everything. I don't know, and like from like the Tony Hawk games, there's all types of music on those. Mainly like hip hop and punk, but
right.
But I don't know if there was any specific like genre that was dominating skateboarding. It probably was like, I was gonna say it probably was more hip hop, but then again, I don't know, because you had dudes like Corey Duffel and I don't know, like more punk type people. It kind of depended on the like team, I guess, that you were into.
Right.
Like, there was like different like subgenres of skateboarding that you could be into. Obviously, there's like Baker had kind of everything, but Baker's thing was they're kind of like party animals. I felt like rock stars, but they were like dirty. You know what I mean? And in the videos, there's like just them being like drunk and shit and whatever. Clips of like bums and stuff, like smoking crack and shit. But then you could be into like enjoy like the video Bag of Suck, which was one of my favorite videos too. Wasn't really, there was the first part was this dude Caswell Berry, and they had the hip hop Dead Prez. That was his song. And that was the first time I ever heard Dead Prez was that video. And I was like,
Yeah.
shit, that bass. Like, this shit is crazy. But then most of that video is like indie rock type shit, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Like one dude skates to a fucking Rod Stewart song, but I don't know. So I can't really call it, but to me, it was just kind of everything, but definitely punk. But I don't know if the punk I got into was necessarily relevant at that time. I don't know. I like found the Ramones and then the Misfits and just Dead Kennedys, pretty much anything that I'd heard of from skateboarding, but I didn't know if it was necessarily like at that
not
time.
relevant for that time.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Dead Kennedys
from the 70s and 80s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had movies like The Search for Animal Chin. So we had
right. Wasn't that was Tony Hawk's first thing, right?
No, I think he was in it, but it was like the Bones Brigade video show was the first one. Then it was like Future Primitive. Then it was Animal Chin. I'm dating myself.
I've never even seen Animal Chin, which is probably blasphemy, but I at least know it exists. I know what it is, sort of. To just see the Powell team, like you got to watch it just for like that nostalgia. It was it's fun. It's funny too. Like Tommy Guerrero was like hilarious in that, and it's dope. Yeah, they had a bunch of like skits and stuff, right?
Yeah. When he say Animal Chin is terrible, listen.
Max coming for you.
Here we go.
It's funny to watch it as a movie. Like you could go watch Santa Cruz Wheels on Fire and see Nodis do some crazy stuff, but it's still funny to watch it as like a movie. Animal Chin. Yeah.
Right.
You hush, Mac. You hush.
I'll see it, dude. I got to see it.
Yeah, Mac, I know it's bad. It's funny, though. It's nostalgic.
Right. Yeah, dude, I think my favorite time in skateboarding is like, obviously, I'm going to say when I started, but like Baker 3 is my favorite video. But still, like, even before that, like, I don't know if you know, like Ricky Iola, like the Philly shit. That dude, I watched his episode of Epically Latered, and I don't know, he was just crazy. I love seeing a dude just like bomb down the street and just like, I like the simple shit, like just kickflip off, like boost the kickflip off a curb, just like going really fast and like weaving it out of traffic and stuff.
Yeah, you know? I used to skate in. So I was in Jersey, but I used to skate in Philly, and I went to college in Philly. I got into a fight at Love Park at a skateboard contest. Like,
really,
my boy got hit with the trucks to the face.
Oh man,
it was a mess, but we made it out of there. But anyway,
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Jeez. 90 stuff.
Yeah, bro. What was it like being around there? Did you skate around Love Park a lot?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, we used to catch the bus in my town. You could take the bus, and it would take you right to Philly. I lived like 15 minutes from Philly in Jersey. And we would just skate all through the city, but go to Love Park, and you could skate there. Like, it was great. You could skate there, and then you could skate City Hall, where the big paperclip is and everything. You could skate all that.
Dominoes and shit.
Yes. And then
didn't they closed it down recently or something, or it's open again? Or
I think it's open again. I saw people skating there recently, but they had shut that down. We used to skate there all the time, but like, you know, skateboarding became a crime.
Right.
So
what about Love Park? What's the deal with Love now? It's like you can't skate there, right?
I saw a video of somebody skating there recently, but I think they had taken out like the benches and all that type of stuff. And I'm an old man. I don't really skate anymore, but
yeah. Well, I don't as much as I would like to, for sure.
Yeah,
but
it's still fun though. It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt myself.
You don't break a hip, you know,
or an ankle.
That's right.
Trying to do a kickflip and
break a hip.
Right.
Yep.
Dude, I was at one of the shows. I think it was. Doesn't matter where it was, but when I was just on tour, a kid there had a skateboard, And he's like, yo, will you sign my board? I was like, hell yeah, dude. I was like, you want to skate outside? I go out and he had like, his trucks were so tight. This is my excuse. I was like struggling to land a kickflip. And I was like, your fucking trucks. I was like getting mad at him. I'm like, what the fuck's up with your board? But
I hate tight trucks.
Dude, they were the tightest I've like ever stood on. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But I would like to think if I stand on my skateboard, I could kickflip right now. But on that kid's, something was happening, dude. I couldn't do it. The sun was in my eyes. My shoes were untied.
Right.
The bugs, there was bugs. I don't know.
We've all been there. We've been there.
Yeah. The cars keep going by. It's windy.
Right. There's air.
Yeah.
I have a stomach ache.
Right. You ate those tacos.
Yeah.
So, okay. What's next, man? What's coming up? I mean, you told us about the album. Anything else?
Well, I have a show at a campground in Wisconsin on April 20th.
Nice.
But yeah, that's gonna be weird, but no, but it's cool. I've played at this spot like a couple years in a row now. I think this would be like the 4th time I've been there, and I think it might have been the last time or 2 times ago. I get to the campground and the dude, this guy Dale. People in Wisconsin, they're the heaviest. I thought my family drank heavily, being from Vermont. People in Wisconsin, dude, they go nuts. And they're like, it's like 3 p.m. when we get to the campground. He's like, oh, the boys are out back here. They're having a fire. And he takes me out back and they're just burning a big pile of tires. I was like, bro, this is crazy. Just black smoke just billowing out. I'm like, I don't think this is good, but okay. But but so I got that coming up if anyone's in Wisconsin. And then I think I have a show in Denver on the 28th, but it's like not announced yet. But dude, you guys know this dude Chris Carnes? He's like a crazy scratch DJ. I think he's like a DNC multi-champion or something.
I was
but
gonna say the name's familiar, yeah.
Yeah, I think he tours with like Charlie Tuna lately. Okay. But he's dope. And my homie Honeycomb, who's like a crazy beatboxer, but he's kind of like Honeycomb's kind of like in the EDM world a little bit.
Oh,
but he's crazy. But it's gonna be with them. I don't really know. I think I'm gonna do a set and then we're gonna have like a jam session, so that'll be interesting.
Nice.
And then aside from that, just a couple random festivals and shit over the summer. But I got a project I'm working on, but I'd like to say it's going to come out around the fall, but probably not until another year. But the shit is crazy though. It's like a EP and it's 7 tracks and it's a full story, like linear, like front to back, pretty much.
No.
Nice.
I've like always wanted to do it, and it was like my biggest like writing endeavor ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rhyming now, dude. But but yeah, I want to make a comic book to go with it and shit. So I don't know. It's going to be a lot of. I'm not going to draw it. I got to figure out how to make that happen. So
yeah,
wow. It's going to be a while.
That's dope. Nice.
Yeah. Well, your creativity is appreciated. Like, just please just keep going.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me on the show too, dude. This has been fucking awesome.
Anytime you want to swing by and talk about what you got going on, please let us know.
Talk about my twin bed.
Yep.
Talk about what you got going on or what you don't got going on.
Hey, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right. I'm just enjoying a gigantic chorus in my room alone.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. What's up? Here I am. Well, shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, moment of silence.
I was gonna ask before we go. Favorite album you're listening to right now?
Damn, that's really tough.
Okay.
Wait, let me think. Well, today, I mean, on the drive up, I was listening to the Czarface Doom album.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy, and I've never heard it in its entirety. But I front to back it today, and I was like, "This is so good."
Captain Crunch.
Yep. Yeah, that shit was great. What else? God, I wish I had a good answer right off the top, dude.
It's okay.
Well, whatever. I'll say that one. That's
Okay.
the one.
That's
works. The one.
Yep, that works.
Yep.
And where can everybody find you?
Yes.
Well, on the social medias, it's at Jarv Makes Music, and that's JARV. If I mumble too much, but on the website, it's at www.jarvmakesmusic.com, and I got merch and tour dates and shit on there, so that's the place to go for any of that type of stuff. And really, that's about it.
All right.
And my OnlyFans is I keep these worlds separate, you know.
Yeah, right.
Wow, his OnlyFans. Holy cow.
Hey, whoa.
Never the twin shall meet. Yes. Yeah.
Only mans.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for taking the time to being here with us tonight.
Yeah. Of course, man. My pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. Anytime. And yep, ladies and gentlemen, Jarv.
Clap for Jarv.
Yep.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. Oh, also one other thing. I have a podcast called Butt House, and it's so stupid. It's me and two of my friends.
It's
not good. It's not good. But go if you want to listen to something really dumb.
What's the name of it again?
Butt House Podcast.
Okay.
Great name.
Yeah, it's terrible, but it's just us usually being too drunk to have a podcast and trying to be funny, but maybe talking about hip hop a little bit, but mostly probably, I don't know, farting on the mic or something. It's not good.